I won this old Frothingslosh beer can at an auction where it was part of a larger lot of items, and I always thought it was kind of charming until I started looking into the backstory and found out that it was one of the worst body-shaming marketing campaigns I have ever heard of. These cans were produced by the Pittsburgh Brewing Company between the years 1968 and 1985, and they come in over 30 different varieties, all of them featuring Miss Old Frothingslosh. She was purported to be Fatima Yexberg, who had supposedly won a beauty contest, but it was all just a spoof. Now, there's nothing wrong with using a beautiful woman as a spokesmodel for your beer, but the captions on these cans were full of horrific body shaming. On this one, it says she's from a small town outside of Pittsburgh, and it's considerably smaller since she left. Others say things like her float had to detour a couple of blocks due to the weight limit on the 7th Street Bridge, or she kept her chins up and waved happily to the crowd. The fact that these sayings were not only socially acceptable, but humorous to the point where an entire marketing campaign was based around them says a lot about where our country was just 60, 80 years ago. And it demonstrates how incredibly difficult it had to be for our mothers and grandmothers as they dealt with these kind of pressures. The popularity of this campaign kept this can coming back year after year from the 60s all the way through the 80s. In fact, when it was originally produced, it was designed to be a one-off and had no intention of being a series that would be repeated year after year. Now, there are hundreds of listings for these cans still available on eBay today, and I'm glad that they're out there. Not because I find these cans to be humorous, but I think it's important to preserve pieces of history like this that tell us so much about social attitudes in our past.